is in Florida. So whenever she talks to someone about a municipal problem, she has to call Florida and they transfer. It's a long drawn-out thing. However, Key Bank locally has their municipal department right in Monroe, and she just wants to open an account in order to secure cash bonds. Now, we had talked about getting cash rather than letters of credit, because a letter of credit, infinite irrevocable letters of credit, with my experience, they can work around it. You just don't hold them the letter of credit.
Yeah.
So, but you know, Dennis, I've been thinking about this a lot. Cash is always the way to go. Obviously, it's very easy, and we have taken cash before.
Correct.
To finish roads and stuff like that. People have not performed, so, and it was easy. But I'm just thinking, in the instance where the bond may be a couple of $100,000 or something very, very big, I'm sure there are bonding companies that are legitimate, without letters of credit, is what I'm talking about.
You talk about sureties. I'll be honest with you, in the scheme of life, in fact, our code doesn't allow a surety. Okay. They refer terminology-wise,
okay.
But we require, even now, we require cash or a certified check,
yes,
or letter of credit,
right,
upon such terms, conditions, and verbiage as are approved by the town attorney, supervisor, etc.
Right.
So we can, it should be cleaned up a bit if you want to go strictly to cash bonds.
A surety bond is a lot more secure than a letter of credit.
Right, but less secure than a pile of money.
Much less, but what I'm saying to you is in the odd circumstance where you might prevent a legitimate development or whatever, commercial development. I mean, you may have a $10 million commercial development, and the cash requirement may be $500,000 or $1 million.
It could be prohibitive.
I don't want to stymie any kind of good growth and development because of the cash portion, but
I would understand. I would rather see you go to cash, and then you can always make an exception should you get one of those projects.
Can we do that?
Yes.
We can do that. We can do that with our current code the way it is written.
There's a letter of credit.
No. We're going to change it?
We're crossing two questions off. What I'm saying is you're going to go to strictly all cash.
Right.
Because just so you're aware, the banking industry now, the irrevocable letter of credit, they have to post that cash with the bank. They charge them fees for that. With us, they escape the fee. We put it in the CD. They're happy to give it to us. Cash.
Well, can they post assets instead of all cash?
No.
In the letters of credit?
No. Well, I shouldn't say that, Phil. I can see where they could collateralize it with some substantial client of a bank.
I have people in the Mideast doing that.
Sure,
that's where the problem.
Yeah. I don't know. What I was saying, I'm sorry, just finish up. So you go to all cash. If you had a project in front of you that was a hardship, you could amend or change your code at that time. Same procedure. So it's a local law.
So we're talking about apples and oranges now.
Yes.
All we're talking about, I just wanted to clear that up for myself, the board, yourself.
Sure.
Yeah, we have an applicant who's got the cash.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And now it is just a matter of where we're going to put it, and what the request is for Key Bank to authorize or open account there.
Okay. Based on the research, I'd like to allow the clerk.
Well, what you do by simple motion, you would designate Key Bank as the depository for performance
funds. Would someone like to make a motion in that regard?
So moved.
Okay.
I'll second it then.
Okay. Any discussion?
I had a lot of it today.
Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay.
That was easy. Yeah. Okay, the next one is, I got today a letter of transmittal from the county that the county executive has signed off on the Jessup Switch Community Block Grant. The status is that the plans are before the Community Block Grant organization, where they're reviewing them. We should get these back any day. Once that's done, we will print up the bid packages and go out for bids. So that's where it's at. Once the bids are acted upon, we'll have a preliminary construction meeting. It'll involve the county, our engineer, the DPW, and myself. and we'll go through all the things that we need to do to be in unison with the contract itself. So it's moving along. I say we'll probably go out for bids in June. So we should be able to finish this thing certainly by late summer. All right, I got a request a while back, and it was on verbal, and I ran it by us, and that was a request for more stop signs in Hamiltonian Park by an individual homeowner out there. And we discussed it, as I recall, that we were going to have the chief evaluate what it was and what his thoughts were. And so anyway, I got a call again this week, what the status of that, and I said, well, gee, let me find out. So, has the chief ever responded to that, you know, Phil?
Yeah, I think that going way back, that he thought that it was a good idea when we were in, but I may be just
okay. Well, you know, we're going to...
pulling it out of the hat, so...
Right.
We had a meeting with him.
No, Arcadia, we did it, yeah, and it was very specific. And he made recommendations where they go, we did it.
Right.
So, all right, well, let's get further clarification from the chief, and then if he's already done it, then we'll get back to this guy.
Okay.
I got a letter here from a member of the class of 2009, and she's the organizer of a rally at St. John's Burke Catholic High School, and they want to protest on May 28th off the property. Let me read it to you. On May 28th, 2010, starting at 6:45 in the morning, a.m., a peaceful protest involving pickets will be held at the bottom of the hill of St. John's Burke Catholic High School off the property. This protest is being held against the current layoff situation that's happening there. There is a Facebook event page for this demonstration, and at the time of writing there are 98 confirmed guests and 101 maybes. But obviously we do not expect every single person that said yes to show up. We will not block traffic, and we will be sure that all signs and the like are not overly defamatory or without reason. We plan protesting throughout the day, commencing at approximately 4:30 to 5. Thank you. So I just saying this because we probably need to alert our police department and maybe even the highway department they're going to be out there just as information.
You're going to send the chief a copy of the letter then?
Yeah.
I have a question. For Dennis. Is there a set amount of feet that you have to be away from the property? Like, is it 1,000 feet? Is there any?
No. No. Information picking.
Because the one night I saw something on TV, and these lawyers said that they were within their rights because they were 1,000 feet away.
Could have been private property, like an abortion picketing clinic, you know, where you be anti, and you want to just drive by some private property.
I think it's a church.
Yeah, I was going to say probably a church or
I just want to make sure.
Doctor's office or whatnot. Yeah, the problem you have is, you know, they have a right to assemble and all, it's free speech, etc. But you're on notice that they're coming.
Right.
You're not really giving them permission; they're just telling you.
Right.
And yeah, you've got some substantial potential liability issues there. You have to admit somebody gets hurt.
Help me out
your
with
roads,
that.
your roads. I mean, your roads, your police department.
Could you use your mic, Dennis?
It's coming through.